Watch out, Focusrite. The competition is heating up. What's going on, YouTube? It's Chris, and today we are taking a full in-depth review, look, and setup at the Audient Evo 4. Now, first off, shout out to Audient for sending this over. If you watch the channel, you know that we're doing a four-way head-to-head competition between this and its older cousin, the Audient ID4 Mark II, as well as the Scarlett Solo 3rd generation from Focusrite and the M-Audio 1924. Now, these audio interfaces range from $109 to $199. So within that $100 difference, are we going to see that much of a difference? Now, I'm really pumped to take a look at this interface today because features-wise, this wipes the floor with all the competition. I mean, when you look at the smart features alone, this is a very versatile machine that covers a lot of people's audio needs, and it comes in at only $129.99. So we'll see if it's all hype. Again, if you want to be around for that big head-to-head match, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell. And without further ado, it's the Granted Geek Show. All right, so you know the drill. Let's start with the box and the Batman knife. Honestly, this is an interface that I'm probably most excited to unbox and test out because of all the smart features. A Google search will quickly reveal that this is the smartest of all the interfaces going head to head. As we unlift the box here, it kind of reminds me of an iPhone box. This one comes in at $129. If you want to buy this, I'll have the Amazon link, affiliate link in the description below, so you'll be able to help out the channel if you want to do that. We got a quick start guide here, very similar to what we get with the ID4 Mark II. Connect, install drivers. This thing was designed from the ground up to be portable and simple to use. So even though the specs on this might not be for your everyday audiophile, they more than get the job done for run and gun audio production for YouTube, music, podcasts, etc. So we got the silica gel here. Do not eat that. And we'll put this to the side and see what else we get in the box. We got another cardboard cutout here and our USB-C to USB-A cable. So with the ID4 Mark II, they include a USB-C to USB-C cable. With this one, they include USB-C to USB-A, which makes sense. I mean, it's coming in, again, at $129. So let's get into this package here. Removing this plastic sleeve. This feels closer in weight to the Focusrite. If you want a quick comparison, I'll grab that. Here's a quick size comparison to the Focusrite Scarlett Solo. This is the 3rd generation right here. A solid, sturdy looking device with a stepwise volume knob here. And all I can say about this is features, features, features. We're going to get into that in our next section of this video. But a nice matte black finish here. We've got our headphone in and our instrument in. And what I love about this, love, is that it's got 2 combo XLR and TRS jacks right here. So if you're ever in a podcasting situation and you want to plug in 2 XLR microphones, you can do that. Now, you won't be able to use input 1 and the instrument in at the same time, but you can easily use both of these at the same time or your instrument and your XLR2 at the same time. Nice tactile black buttons here with white writing. We got our phantom power here, controls for input 1 and 2, which corresponds to 1 and 2 or 1 and 2. Here is our bright green smart gain button. We'll get into that a little later. Here you've got your monitor mix button, and this is how you can control your pan all with this one knob, or control how much of the audio you're getting is coming from your computer or your DAW versus the direct input for low latency mode. This also has smart software that allows you to control all the parameters on this device from your computer without ever having to touch the device itself. And then this button here reverts it back to your main volume for your speakers. So this is your left and right speaker output, and then here's your USB-C. A nice feature, USB-C. It's coming standard with all the audio interfaces. USB-C is great, but it's crazy. It's actually a minimum requirement now when competing with things like the Scarlett, the M-Audio 1924, basically every interface now. All right, so I got some smack and B-roll to play for you as we dive into these tech specs. Okay, so I really hyped up the features, but now let's talk about them. As I typically do, let's start with the fun stuff, and I don't think anybody can miss the giant green button on this device. This is Smart Gain. And what this does, it's actually pretty unique. It allows you to dial in your gain levels automatically. So you press the button, you perform, and that could be guitar, vocals, whatever you're inputting into the interface, and it will automatically optimize your levels. Now, in theory, this should maximize your volume levels without distortion. And I'll be excited to test this out in my 4-way head-to-head match against the M-Audio 1924, the Focusrite Scarlett Solo 3rd generation, and of course the Audient ID4 Mark II. So if you want to be around for that, again, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell. Now, getting on to arguably the most important aspect of an audio interface is the audio quality, and there's no slacking here as the Evo 4 records 24-bit 96K. And of course, there are other audio interfaces in this price range that can record up to 192K. What Audient is doing here, as well as with their other interfaces, is they're really targeting their niche, and very few people record at anything higher than 96K, seeing as even with a 44.1 or a 48K recording, you're reaching the limits of human hearing. So it seems the folks at Audient would rather spend their time and money focusing on the features of the Evo 4. Now, going further down the quality rabbit hole, this boasts a dynamic range of 113 decibels A-weighted, which is a solid number, actually besting some of the competition at this price range, and this is aplenty, more than enough for anyone doing some podcasting, YouTube, live streaming, etc. Evo 4 is also capable of driving headphones at up to 600 ohms, so it'll definitely cover most headphones. Now, speaking of inputs, the Evo 4 has 3, count them, which is unheard of at this price point. Now, microphone input 1 and instrument in both share the same preamp, so they can't be used at the same time, but you can use any other combination. For instance, plugging a microphone into input 2 and one guitar into instrument 1, allowing you to do vocals and instrument at the same time. Or this is a great device for someone getting into podcasting with 2 hosts, as they can both plug in XLR microphones and record at the same time. Another fantastic feature of the Evo 4 is the audio loopback feature, so this allows you to record computer audio and your inputs such as a microphone or guitar at the same time. This works great for people doing live streaming or gaming where they need to share their computer audio and record all into one file. The list of features continues with DAW controlled mic preamps. This allows compatible software such as a DAW or otherwise to control the interface from the software. It shares a high quality JFET instrument input with its more expensive cousins, and as you've probably noticed by now, Evo 4 has one volume knob, and this allows you to control everything from volume levels for your speakers and headphones to mic input gain, all by pressing the button of the parameter you'd like to control. Once you get used to it, it's very fast and intuitive, and it also saves Audient some money to pour into more features. Speaking of seemingly endless features, Evo 4 also deals with your headphone jack and speakers in a unique way. When you plug in a set of headphones, it automatically mutes your speakers, as you wouldn't want to be listening to both at the same time. Some may find this a hindrance. In my use case, recording music, doing YouTube videos, and a little bit of live streaming and gaming, it actually saves me a step, as I typically have to power down my speakers before plugging in a pair of headphones. Are you getting tired of all the features yet? Because you can also pan your monitor sound to create better headphone mixes, again, all from one knob. The microphone preamp has a noise floor of 0.0015%, which beats out some of the competition. You might be surprised. And last but not least, you get a ton of free software. I'll show you how to set that up now. Testing, 1, 2, 3, ha 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 ha. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at setting up the Evo 4. I have it right here on the desktop, just plugged in through USB-C cable into the computer. And the great thing about this is it's already class compliant, so right off the bat, it's going to be registered as an audio interface on your computer. We see right here Evo 4 selected as our output source, and for your input, you also have Evo 4 showing up right there. I don't have any microphones plugged into this now, so but you would be able to use that. So if all you want to do is get sound out of your speakers and even do some recording in your favorite DAW, then that's really all you have to do. But there's some great free software that comes with this and some other features, so I'm going to walk you through those. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to evo.audio/evo4/downloads. That's going to take you to this page right here where you can go ahead and click your Mac drivers or Windows if you're on a Windows PC. So once you download that, you're going to get an installer DMG file in your downloads folder. That's going to be to install this Evo software right here. Now you go ahead and open that, and you might notice nothing's happening. Nothing's popping up on the screen. Well, let's close this out. Actually, it's up here in the top menu bar. You're going to see your Evo, and you can hit Show Evo Control. Now, that's the first thing I want to show you. This allows you to control every aspect and parameter of the Evo 4 straight from your computer, so you can control your volume, as you would assume. So you've got your mute, you've got your monitor mix, your phantom power, your smart gain even. All these things you can control from right here. So If for some reason you have your audio interface in a place that's not easily reachable, you can control all of the aspects of the device right here virtually. So another great feature that you get with the Evo 4 is your loopback mixer. And this is something you also get here with the Audient ID4 as well, and all their Audient interfaces. This allows you to create custom headphone mixes for anybody connected to this. So say you've got a guitar player and she likes to hear herself a little bit louder, you can do that, or a vocalist in the booth who likes to hear himself more, you can turn that up as well, and you can control it all from right here. You don't even need to open a DAW in order to get this up and running. So pretty self-explanatory, but a lot of power, a lot of control here. And then the last thing I want to show you is right here. You click register product and this will take you to the Art Creative Hub, and this is where you get your free software. So you log in or you create an account if you're not a member already, and this gives you your access to about 7 different free pieces of software, from virtual instruments to sound banks and things like that. And they even have Produce Like a Pro, which is a series of videos that you can download that teach mixing and producing for a couple different genres. Unfortunately, this is only on Pro Tools. I use Logic primarily, and I'd love to see them come out with a version for Logic Pro. But there are still little tips and tricks that apply to all DAWs that you can use here. So that's pretty much it on the software side. Now we're going to get into my final thoughts. So wrapping up here, guys, I think the Evo 4 has a lot going for it. If there was one criticism that I could give it, it's the build quality. So this is made of plastic, but I'll really have to take it out in the field to test it to see how durable this is. But so far, that is really my one complaint. There is not a lot to hate about this device. It's small and compact. It seems pretty rugged. It's got 2 XLR inputs for microphones. So many smart features that are going to keep it going for years and years to come. A ton of software to download, as well as features that allow you to control the entire interface from software. So if anything did break, you can control the entire thing straight from your DAW. So that's a huge thing. I think this is more than a worthy opponent to go up against the best-selling interface in the world in the Focusrite Scarlett line, as well as my personal daily driver right now, the M-Audio 1924. So I'll be making head-to-head videos for the Evo 4 versus Focusrite and Evo 4 versus M-Audio, but then I'm going to do one big award-style 4-way head-to-head competition between the ID4 Mark II, the Evo 4, the 1924 from M-Audio, and the Focusrite Scarlett Solo. So you know what to do if you want to stick around for that video. Hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss when it drops. Leave a like on the video if you're liking the video. It really helps the channel, helps us grow this community. I'm working hard for you guys to put out these videos as quickly as possible, so I do appreciate the like, and share this with your friends. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, it's the Granite Geek Show.